Do you know why nice people finish last? Here are the 5 biggest takeaways from Dr. Robert Glover's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. I'm Brendan Burns, and I teach you how to get the life that you want. Hit that subscribe button below, and let's dive in. Number 1, stop picking fixer-uppers for romantic partners. I like to say that a fixer-upper is great for a car or great for a home if you're going to do renovations or fix it up. But stop picking fixer-uppers for your romantic partners in relationships. Dr. Glover, in his book, says that we pick fixer-uppers as a way to shift all blame and all responsibility onto our romantic partner so that we never feel like we've done anything wrong and we can put all the blame and all the responsibility onto them. So start facing your own fears and your own issues and your own shame about yourself and start picking healthier, more available partners in relationships so that you can have a better relationship starting now. Takeaway number 2, stop pleasing others and start pleasing yourself. Dr. Glover talks about how nice guys are so focused on making sure other people are happy. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want any attention on them. So they're constantly doing and they're constantly giving. But the problem is you can't give from an empty cup. If you're giving and giving and giving, it actually overwhelms people and pushes them away. You're probably thinking, but I'm in this relationship, or when I'm in relationships, I'm always giving and my partner never gives me back. We'll get to that in a minute, but it's time for you to stop pleasing others and start pleasing yourself. What can you do today that would be good for you? Can you go to the gym? Can you meet up with friends? Can you do something that would be really beneficial just for you? I know that it's scary to let go and stop giving so much to other people because it's scary. If I stop giving, what if they leave me? But if you give them and give them and give them, these people will actually lose respect for you, and you need to stop giving to others and start respecting and giving to yourself. Takeaway number 3, no more victim pukes. Dr. Glover, in his book, says a victim puke happens when you victimize yourself over and over again and you hold in inner resentments. So let's say you're in a relationship and your partner does something that bothers you, or your boss does something that upsets you, or even someone who works underneath you does something that upsets you, but you hold it in, you hold it, and it stacks and it stacks, and the resentment just builds up until one day you do what's called a victim puke, and you drop all the things that you don't like about them, all the problems that you had, just blows up like a volcano. The problem with this is it's going to overwhelm the other person with shame. They're going to feel tremendously attacked, and they're probably going to attack you back. It's going to make them feel bad. It's going to make you feel bad. So you have to stop what Dr. Glover calls victim pukes and start communicating effectively. Start sitting down. Start addressing issues one at a time. Start complimenting people. Say, hey, I really loved this thing that you did here, but I want to talk to you about this other thing over here and how we could work together to find a solution. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I just want to talk about it. Rather than holding these things in, saying, oh, I'm going to be chill. I'm going to be relaxed. I can handle this. This isn't a big deal. A lot of times it is a big deal, and the problem is you're not addressing it. So start communicating effectively, speak up with what's going on in your life, and no more victim pukes. Number 4, no more covert contracts. Dr. Glover describes a covert contract as I'm going to give you and give you without telling you specifically what I'm doing, and I'm going to expect that you do the same thing back to me. This is a very manipulative type of behavior where you're giving and giving to that person without even knowing if they truly want it because you're too afraid to actually communicate and ask for what you want in return. And very often, if you just communicate and ask for what you want, you don't have to go out of your way to give every time you want that thing back in exchange. It's exhausting, it's tiring, and it's overwhelming for the person on the other side. It's also manipulative to give with an unspoken requirement or expectation that you receive that thing back. So the best way to get what you want is to go from covert contract to overt communication, where instead of giving someone a massage and then expecting them to give you one back, just as an example, you say, hey, my shoulders are feeling really sore today. Would you be willing to give me a massage? Communication, healthy, upfront, without a covert contract or any type of manipulation instead. Takeaway number 5, start taking much better care of yourself. Dr. Glover talks about how nice guys or nice people are typically overwhelmed with shame and frustration and anxiety. And one of the best ways to heal this is to actually take great care of yourself, to let go of other people. Like we talked about, no more people pleasing, no more caretaking for other people. You can care for someone else, but don't caretake for them. And in a similar vein, it's extremely important that you pay attention to the food that you put in your body. Are you going to the gym enough? Are you taking enough time to rest, to take care of yourself, to take breaks from work, from all the things that are going on in your life? One of the biggest takeaways from Dr. Glover's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, is the importance of self-care. I know it's scary. I know it feels like there isn't enough time in the day. I know that there is this fear that if I do too much for myself, then I'm not going to be able to give to others. But the most important thing that you can do to change from being a nice guy to someone who respects themselves and someone who takes care of themselves is to be very thoughtful and methodical about, are you going to the gym today? Are you going to go for that run? Are you going to eat that healthy food? Are you going to reach out to some friends and really take care of yourself in a nourishing and a positive way? Those are my 5 biggest takeaways from Dr. Robert Glover's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. My name's Brendan Burns, and I teach you how to get the life that you want. Make sure to scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you get updates for all of my new videos. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my podcast, The Brendan Burns Show, in Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you haven't, make sure to rate me a review. I'll see you next time.